Hi everyone, welcome back to Resin Rainbows. I am going to be working on some nightlights today. We've got some Let's Resin alcohol inks that we will probably be using. And I got the nightlights on Amazon. They are marked blue and white because I have two here that have a blue light in the back and two with a white light in the back. And I just want to make sure I know which one's which for the decals. We have the UV light from the Let's Resin 5-second bond kit. It's a little rechargeable UV light. Kind of help us stop things from flowing. We've got these little decals here that I picked out for the different ones. We have our Let's Resin high viscosity UV resin. I do have the regular clear type here as well that I may use. The high viscosity really does, it's a little thicker, so it stops it from flowing over quite as easily. I did go ahead and tape mine up. I know there are some very talented people out there that don't need to do that, but I definitely do. So I have just gone ahead and placed some masking tape just so that I don't get it on the sensor. These are dawn to dusk, so they will turn on at dusk. They will turn off at dawn. Some of the ones like at the dollar stores and stuff, you have to turn them on and off. I like these. They're automatic. So I do have my little brush thing here, but that is just so that I can use that to keep this as level as I can. I have my Resin Rockers Magic Cure light here that I'm going to use. I love it. I can set it for different wattages and different times. So it just makes things a little bit easier. I have that set over here to the side so I can slide it in there. So let's go ahead and see what we can do today. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a paper towel and my 99% alcohol. I know I've touched these a little bit. I don't know who else has touched them. So I'm just going to go ahead and give the front of these just a real quick wipe off. Just make sure there's no oil from my hands on them. Let that dry a little bit. I'll go ahead and do the other three so I don't have to worry about doing those. And that'll give those a chance to dry real quick. Let's just make sure that there's no fingerprints or oil from my hands or dirt from the air or anything getting on them so that our resin will stick. Get my cord out of the way there. Oop, bounced you. All right. And then I'm just going to take one of these little pots here. And I am going to put a little bit of resin in here because I am going to use some of my alcohol inks here. And this is the pack of 48. So I have lots of different colors to choose from. I think we will go with, this one is a blue light, so let's go ahead and go with a blue background. Let's do the aqua, and I think we'll work with the dolphin on this one. So we'll just add a couple of drops. Well, for that little amount, we'll probably only add one drop here because we want to make sure that this, oh, it's not open. Of course it's not open. Let me get my, I'm probably going to make a mess. All right. Now that should be open. There we go. I'll go ahead and put 2 drops in there. We'll set that off to the side in case we need it. There's my little silicone tool here. I'm just going to mix it in. It's very, very thick. So it'll run very, very slow. Just want to make sure I get that in there really well. I might actually need a little more because that does feel very thick today. Might be because it is a little bit cold in here. Got a heat wave going on outside, so we do have the central air turned on pretty cold. I'm going to add another drop there. Drop or 2. There we go. really good. Wow, that just seems really, really thick today. I don't know if that's near enough. We will try it and see, but it just does not feel like it's going to be enough. Set this off to the side for a minute. I'll use my scribe here. As you can see, though, this one is very thick. I may switch to the just the clear instead of the high viscosity, but this gives you an idea of both of them. As you can see, like it's very thick, which makes it so that maybe it doesn't run over the side quite as easily. You take it right up to those edges. You may have to hit it with a lighter and thin it out just a bit, because it does seem to be thicker than normal. And I am going to use this. I have one of these, and I just cut the end off of it so that it's not quite as... These are curved, and I just cut it straight. And I did that for things like this, so I can kind of pull it to the edges a little easier, kind of paint it like a paintbrush rather than just using my scribe. Not sure I'm going to have enough here, but we're going to try. And the only reason we wouldn't have enough is just because of how thick this bottle of it seems to be. We're just going to get close there, and then I will use my scribe to get it right up to the edges. However, using this, it's going clear to the edges with this too. I just don't want to do that near my base and risk getting it down in there. So right now we're just adding the first layer and just kind of coloring that, not glass, but the plastic shield just a little bit. Got it on my gloves. All right, now we'll set this up here. Okay. And now we'll just go down here with our scribe and finish taking it all the way to that edge. Make sure it gets all the way up there. Down here. Just want to be careful down here that I don't get into that plastic. And I would say add your layers definitely thin, thin, thin. Of course, the thicker it is, the harder it is for the light to get through to cure it. You want to make sure you have enough that it's not fish-eyeing or anything like that. And I'll be kind of checking that. I'm hoping that once I hit this with a lighter and thin it out, it'll kind of fill in a little bit. So we will see here now. Grab my lighter. And the lighter just, it does help get the bubbles, but it can also thin it out some. So you want to be a little bit careful about using it. You don't want to burn your tape or run it off your sides. I am trying to warm it up a little bit, though, with how chilly it is in here to kind of help it to spread a little evenly. And we did use alcohol ink, but it had plenty of time to evaporate, so... Just kind of checking that a little bit. I think we'll just add a couple of drops of clear here. That will help. It's got a little bit of fish eye going on, which means we don't have quite enough. There we go. Okay. Throw that back upside down. And this clear mixed with the blue might give us like a little bit of a wavy effect too, which I do want with the dolphin, so I'm not too upset about it taking a little bit of that alcohol color away. I just don't want to get it rolling over the sides, because obviously once I put it in the light, that's really going to cause a reaction to heat it up. So now, I have never done these before. This is my first time doing these. I've watched quite a few people do them. I've done other things with UV resin, just not the night lights. But my children have asked for a couple. My daughter wants the mermaid, and my son would like the puppy, so I told them I would do a couple. So if I mess them up, it's okay. They're not going anywhere. And my children will be just as happy with a messed up one as they are with one that's perfect. So all right, and I'm just going to hit that with my lighter again, just to make sure there are no bubbles, because I do see a few in there. Get those bubbles out. Okay, all right, and then I am just going to put that in here and turn my light on. And I will do it for about 3 minutes. And I will just increase the wattage every few seconds. So all right, and while that one's going, I will get my alcohol. Clean up my tools real quick so we can do the next one. We'll move on with this one. And I think I am going to switch though to the just the clear hard type. It's a little thinner, a little easier to work with. So we will swap out. Shouldn't hurt anything. They are both UV resin, so it really should not hurt anything to swap those out. Especially since this one's being cured now. Let's see if we can. Get our decal ready to remove. Go. That was only about 1.5 minutes, but we will see. Oh yeah, that's cured. Okay. So now we have our blue background. Just going to. Now with these decals, it's a one and done. If you don't get it on there just right, it's too late. So I kind of like to fold it like a taco and then go from the middle out one way, and I try to hang on to a corner and then go from the middle out the other way. Just very carefully push that on there. Still got a hold of that corner, so it makes it easier. We lost a little piece, but that's all right. Easier to pull back nice and slow so we can check and make sure that not too many of these little pieces are coming up. And there we go. That one is on there. All right. Get another little pot. And like I said, I'm going to use the clear hard type this time. And I'm going to get me a generous amount. Okay. And I'm going to use a little bit of this crushed crystal. I'm going to take my little spatula here and I am just going to dunk it in just a little bit. Put that in there and mix that up. Just a little dab will do ya. And that crushed crystal will last quite a while. And I do have 2 of them. Sometimes it's hard to get. So when I saw that it was finally available again, I did go ahead and order 2. That way I don't have to worry about running out. When I get down to only 1, I will order another one. Because I do like a bit of sparkle. Alright. Now we have our sparkle made up. And I may not need all of this, and that's fine because we have 4 more lamps, or 4 more lights to do. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time and set this off to the side so that hopefully it won't be cured by the UV lamp. Just get it all over that sticker. I'm going to take it right close to the edge again, and then I will get my scribe back out again to get right up to those edges. Now, since this is a second coat, every time you put a coat of resin on, your sides do get a bit rounder. And with this being a second coat, you definitely want to be careful that you don't pull it over the edge. Usually a first coat's not too bad. Second and third coats can really cause it to go over the edge. So I'm going to put that back over there and get my scribe here. And now, since I've got this spread out and up here pretty good, now I'm just going to gently take it to the edge. What I'm doing is I'm pulling straight off, and there's some being still on my scribe, so that when I come back, it's not pulling it over the edge, it's pulling it right up to that edge. And anything that's still on my scribe when it gets to the end is curling up over onto the scribe instead of off. Like I said, the more layers you put on, the more careful you need to be doing this so that you don't get it over the edge. I'm working fast only because for me, the faster I go, the easier it is for me to keep it on. If I go slow, I tend to pour it over the edge. I pull it right over. So by working fast, that's just what works for me. I know some people can go slow, but for me, this is just what works. So and now I'm going to do this bottom part last. It doesn't really matter if I get a little bit up on the plastic down here. I just don't want too much. I don't want it getting down in there. First of all, because then the light can't get to it to cure it. But I also don't want it to glue my tape. So I'll be pulling that tape off after I'm all done. I'm just tilting it in the light and making sure I don't have any fish eyes or any spots like that didn't get any coverage. Just making sure I go back and kind of hit everywhere. There's another little spot there that... And I have such a thin amount on here that it's not running. So, which is good. Now I'm just going to hit that with my lighter, make sure that there are no bubbles. Even though the crushed crystal will help hide some, if there are any, I still like to just make sure there aren't any. Okay. think I might need just a touch more because it's pulling away in a couple of spots. Definitely don't want it to do that, so that should be good. Adding that little extra there will help. Since it was pulling away, it basically means that there was not quite enough on there. So I want to make sure we have a good, nice and even coat. And I see that I've got some down the side here, so I'm gonna grab that and wipe. It looks like we might have actually dripped earlier and just didn't notice. Okay. Again, we're gonna get the lighter, pop those bubbles. All right. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it in here. Now this time after I cure, I will flip it over and cure from the bottom too. So right now I'm curing this way, but I will flip it over to make sure that I've gotten everything from the bottom too. And I think I'll go ahead and do the little princess's mermaid. So she'll be all happy. Get my alcohol covered towel here. Try to get that off to the side. Get another little pot here. This one, I think we should probably go with either a purple. Why don't we try some glitter? Get some matching glitter with that one, I think. Yeah. See how it does with glitter. We've got 1 minute left on that. I am just going to move my pot over this way, out of the way of that light, so that my UV resin doesn't cure while I'm filling my pot. That would be bad. So get that moved over here. Go. I think we are going to do the mermaid on a white light. I think our puppy is going to go on a blue one. Well, we could do the mermaid in blue because that's water. Yeah, we'll do the other blue one. All right, now I am going to, that feels pretty good. I'm going to turn this backwards. Hit that and let it go. That way we don't have to worry about that. All right, we'll bring our pot back over here. Grab our glitter. Let's see what that looks like. We gotta make it all nice and shimmery, shiny for the princess, so. And she knows she's my little princess. Just get that mixed in real well. We'll do basically the same thing. We'll pour it right in the middle here. I don't want too much because I don't want it to run off the edges, but I will take it right up to the edges and we'll do like we did a minute ago, see if we need extra. So how's everybody's weather today? Ours is supposed to be pretty hot for the next 3-4 days yet. We got storms that moved in today. A couple of places around have lost power. We kept ours, thankfully. I do want a little bit more. So our power stayed on, but I know some people just outside of town lost their power. We did lose a couple of trees downtown into the roadways, so if y'all are local and you're out driving, please be careful. Because those storms were crazy. We're supposed to have some more tomorrow. And I believe Thursday and Friday as well. Today is Tuesday. And just so y'all know, I am hoping to put up a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Obviously, that will be dependent on my little one's doctor's appointments. Next week, he does have an overnight EEG, which will be started on Tuesday. We should be home Wednesday. I already have the video recorded for that day, though, so I am good to, hopefully I'm good to upload it that day. Which it just might be a little bit later in the day. I'd like to try to get them up between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. It just might end up being a little later once we get home. And I'm not sure what time we'll be home. I know it's a 24-hour EEG. I'm actually super excited for this one. I think it's the first one I've ever been excited for, but I am super excited for this one. He has had 6 brain surgeries. 2 of those were surgical EEGs, which I didn't even think about the fact that they do consider those brain surgery just because there's probes put in your brain. But he has had 4 resections of his brain, meaning that they've taken out 4 pieces of his brain to try to not necessarily cure his epilepsy, because there is no cure for that, but to slow down his seizures. And the last one that he had in November was a raging success. That being said, this isn't the same doctor that did the first 3. This is a different neurosurgeon, and she did absolutely amazing. All right, I'm going to put that in for 90 seconds and let that one cure, and then we'll put our decal on and we'll go back to our clear one to top coat. And then we will use that one again, because that's going to be a blue too, but with glitter. So can't wait for tomorrow night's project. I'm so excited about that one. And it came about just from cleaning my cups. So you've got to come back and watch that one. Like I said, I'm super excited about it. It was just, I was cleaning my cups and it just came to me what I needed to do. So I can't wait to show you how a simple cleanup job turned into a project. That one is just going to go in my bathroom. It's not quite perfect. I didn't quite have enough resin on there, but it'll be perfect for my bathroom. So, first one's always the hardest. Now I know roughly how much resin I need, and I have the right resin, because the, like I said, the high viscosity is great, but for some reason mine is just very, very thick today. So, oh yeah, that finish is much, much better than this one. You can see them side by side. I don't know if you can see them in the difference in the light. You can see how this one is kind of lumpy bumpy and that one is really smooth. So definitely glad I switched to the regular hard type. That's got so much sparkle. I think she's gonna like the sparkle. Take our cute little mermaid and we'll set her down right there. Get her all nice and pressed on there. And slowly. Go. I believe these stickers came from Temu. I think they were just DTF stickers from Temu. Alright, and we still have some of this left. We'll wipe our scribe. Might need a little bit more, but that's not a problem. I can mix some more of that up. We shall see. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, my phone rang. All right, we're just finishing up taking this one to the edges. Just making sure I didn't get any over the edges. Doesn't look like it. Make sure that we have all of our area. Those are bubbles. Okay, I will get those out. All right, that looks good. Looks like there's enough there. It looks like everything is all nice and flat. Pop those bubbles. All right, and now we're just gonna take her and we're gonna pop her right in here. And get her all set. We will go ahead and mix up a little bit more of our crushed crystal because we just used the rest of it and we're going to need it for the other two. One more squeeze just to make sure. Go. All right. And since this was in our resin, I do want to clean it off a little bit. Go. Ooh, that's just flying everywhere. Ooh. We got a lot of sparkle in this one. Might have put just a tad too much, but we'll make it work. It'll be all right. Can never have too much sparkle. Go. Go ahead and wipe that off. And we will go ahead and get this one ready too. We're going to reuse this one that we had the blue alcohol ink in. And it did have the thicker resin, but that should be all right. Okay. Oh, yeah. There she is. And she's a whole lot more level and pretty. Look at all that sparkle. All right. Get this one out. We're going to use a little bit of this blue. And I got this one, I believe, yeah, this is from Walmart, and it's Caribbean glitter. Or Caribbean, however you say it. I know I've heard it said both ways. So, get that all mixed up in there so it's nice and sparkly. We will be reusing this one too, because even though it's got pink in it, I'm going to be throwing some red in it, so it'll be all right. We try not to waste too much here. I could always throw that in a couple of pendants too, so we may just go ahead and set that off to the side for a couple of pendants. A couple of extras. And if you're wondering why I'm using a different tool for this one, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just the one that was in my hand. Just like the scribe was in my hand for the mermaid. And I'll have the scribe back using it again in a minute anyway. It's literally just to help push this out so that it's ready to go. Go. Do the puppy dog one. My son requested a blue sparkle one. He wanted the white light. Again, I got these in packages of 4 from Amazon. They have all different colors. The white lights are a different brand than the blue ones, but they look the same. The blue ones actually came in, I believe, purple, red, yellow, green. Not 100% sure. I know they had 5 or 6 different colors, though. So, alright. Now we'll just pop our bubbles. Alright, and then we'll double check it. Make sure that we don't have any spots that we need to hit. Maybe there. Okay. Still see a couple more bubbles though, so let me get those real quick. Since I see them, I might as well get them before I get it in there. Alright. That looks good. Alright, now we'll set this in here. Let that go for a minute. And we will, he wants this little puppy here, so just a little cute little puppy decal. Let's see if I can get it separated, because it's a little different than the ones on the white backgrounds. Those ones at least gave me a little bit of a lip. I may have to remove my gloves for this. Oh, I got it. Yay. I cannot believe I got that. All right. And this time we will be using this one again. It's got bubbles on top of it already. There we go. Just from mixing in the glitter that it got some bubbles in there. You can see some more along the edge there, but if they fall onto our work, it's okay. We can get them right off. I think I will just go ahead and grab a different pot for the red, though, and I will use that pink for some pendants as extras later. All right. Now we have our blue one here. Just gonna do the same thing with, I like to kind of eyeball it a little bit and then fold it in and make sure that one spot that I'm looking at goes down where I'm thinking, and then do the rest. Now this one, I'm not sure if it peels up or not. I don't believe so. So I think we will be leaving him covered like that. So get another paper towel here. Now because that's a sticker and I'm leaving that and it was touched pretty good, I'm just wiping off the, oh, apparently we didn't cure down there. Okay, we will. We'll get it. Just wiping off any fingerprints or anything that could be on it. And I am actually going to set this back in for a minute. It looks like part of it down there did not cure. So, my light wasn't quite up all the way. So, all right, we'll get it re-cured there. Not a big deal. And then we will add our top coat. In the meantime, we will mix up our glitter for this one. And we're going to do a red glitter, which I have over to the side here. Okay, should be good. And this is also from Walmart, and it's Ruby. In the color Ruby. There we go. Should be perfect. We'll set that off to the side for a minute. Put the lid back on here before I dump it everywhere. All right, let's check this now. Ah, yes, much better. All right, now we will go ahead and top coat this one. I just think these nightlights are so cute, especially for little kids, to help them with, you know, their fear of the dark, and put their favorite little Disney character on them, or superhero, animal. The possibilities are endless with these. And they're nice for bathrooms, you know, kitchens for if you got to get up in the middle of the night to get a drink. And you can just make them, there's so many DTF stickers out there anymore that you can just make almost anything that you can imagine. If you have a Cricut or your own DTF printer, sky's the limit. I know my kids are super excited. So I told them I would be making these tonight, so they've been bugging me all day. So I told them I would do them after they went to bed tonight. I think it's the earliest that my little girl has gone to bed. I think she was in bed by 7 o'clock, hoping that I expect her down here just about any time now. It's a little after 8. I expect her down here at any time asking me if her nightlight's done yet. Alright, so we will put this one in now to cure. And we will clean up our tools again. Clean up our mat a little bit. I am the messy crafter. Alright, and we have one more left to do. And that is another white one. And it'll get this cute little bear on there, which I think will be used in my living room. I would put one in the baby's room. I call him a baby, but he's 7. I would put one in his room, but with his monitors and everything, he doesn't really need one because you can see in his room. So what else do we want to... So many colors. Peach red. I don't know if I want peach red though. I just want red. Bear with me for a minute while I look through these and see if we can find the red one. There's a raspberry. That would probably work a little bit. It's going to be more of a pink red though. Purplish red. Red. There we go. I knew there had to be a red. All right. And what we're going to do is add just a couple of drops of the red alcohol ink, and it's not open. None of those are open. I will go through and have all of those open before the next video. That way you don't have to wait for me to do that. Okay. Add a few drops of the red alcohol ink to go with that red glitter, just to give it just that little more red. All right, and there is our cutesy wootsy little puppy. Super cute. All right, we'll mix our alcohol ink in here. Oh, that is a nice bright red. Pretty, pretty. Pour a little bit more of that in there. Go. side. Just pull it to the edges. What other kind of crafting videos do y'all like to watch? I know I like to watch when different people unbox Miniverse and put them together. I love to see how they create them a little differently than the instructions say. So the mix and match. I love that. I love to watch people paint. But alcohol ink's not mixed in all the way. But I like how it's swirling a little bit in there. Okay, now we're just going to hit that with our lighter because that alcohol has had plenty of time to evaporate. So we're not going to hold our lighter there real long either, but enough to get those bubbles. Okay. Just double check my corners here. Yeah, they're good. Looks like they're good. Yep. It's like to double check my corners because every now and then I kind of neglect those. I don't know why, but I do. Well, got a little bit trying to run down the edge there. I'll check my edges. Looks good. All right, we're going to stick this one in here. We'll let it go. Go. Clean up just a little bit. Okay. All right, and then it looks like just this one. Okay, got that sticker peeled off and ready to go on. Got about another 30 seconds for that to cure, and then we'll put our decal on and we will finish up this last nightlight. Not too bad. A pretty easy project for tonight. I knocked out 4 nightlights for the house, so everybody be happy. Like I said, especially my kids upstairs, they're going to love their new nightlights. So, make sure it cured this time. Yes, it did. Beautiful. All right. Now this one wants to curl that way. So, since it wants to do that, I'm actually going to, well, apparently put it right there since I dropped it. But that's all right. It's all on there, so it's all good. That little teeny bit of leaf is not going to be a big deal. Like I said, with these, it's a one and done. So, as soon as I dropped that, I knew I was done. But it's all right. It's a little bit off center, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll peel this top back off. If I can hang on to it. We're going to lose that little heart there, but that's fine too because it was hanging off. So, all right. That's so cute. All right. right, now we'll do our little bit of top coat, and I'm actually going to add a little bit more clear to that. Thin out that glitter just a little bit. Not a lot. There we go. Let's use my scribe here to stir that up a little bit. Okay. I like this one too. It's given those fingers a bit of a break because I can use these two, so makes it nice. There we go. Just gotta make sure we're not getting it off the edge there because this one is trying to clump up a little bit for some reason. Might have gotten a little bit of exposure to my light. I don't know how right there. Feels like something in there. What is that? There is something in there. Huh. Got it. I'm not sure what that was. It was almost like a piece of cured resin or something in there. Shouldn't have been anything left in the bowl because I cleaned that. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Take that right down to our edges again. Alrighty, looks like that's it. And now I will get out our bubbles, check along our sides, make sure I didn't run anything over the edge. And we will put this one into cure. Is it right there? Looks like it was more of something on my glove when I picked it up than anything else. All right, now we will put her in and we'll get her cured up and then we will take a look at all of them. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my gloves because we are done. I will put gloves back on when I go to clean that up. Don't worry, I won't touch it. I won't touch it. I do take my own advice. I will move this one like that. Boom. Yeah. Let's clean up our area here so I can show you those night lights one more time before we go. Okay, so we have our very first one, which is our dolphin one, which a little lumpy bumpy, but I'm okay with that. The rest of them all turned out really good once I figured it out. But I think that one's super cute. It'll have a blue light behind it. And then next we did our little mermaid with all that cute sparkly glitter. And this one will also have a blue light behind it. And then we have the puppy dog for my son. That's all nice and glittery and shiny too. It'll have a white light behind it, but because we used some blue sparkle and a little bit of blue alcohol ink, it'll have a bit of a blue, but it'll be mostly white. And all of these will go in for another 2-minute cure as well. And then we have our little red one. It's all that nice sparkly glitter all the way through. And that one will have a white light behind it too. Super duper cute. So that is everything for today. What'd y'all think? Nice, quick, easy craft for today. Something fun and easy that you can do to give away at Christmas time or birthdays or anything. So if y'all have any other ideas of anything else you'd like to see me do, let me know. If you have any questions about how to do something, if I don't know, I will surely try to find the answer. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.